Today's lesson is Lesson 15, Uncharted Territory. Imagine you heard about a brand new dinosaur bone bed just 10 minutes from your house. Your family excitedly drives over to see what all the fuss is about, but the place is packed. You can't find anywhere to park, and there are no more spots to dig. There is only room to stand on the sidelines and watch with the reporters. If you are Paul Sereno, you might just pull out a topographical map, study the region and geology, determine another location where no one else is already looking, and head there instead. A man willing to look in the unexpected areas who is not easily deterred. Sereno is known to veer off the beaten path from time to time. What does the word discovery mean? Does it mean finding something that you expected? I don't think so, said by Paul Sereno. Meet Paul Sereno. Have you ever known someone who is naturally good at something? From a young age, Paul Sereno displayed skill with art. He was born in 1957, and everyone assumed he would grow up to be an illustrator. But his life took an unexpected turn. When he graduated, he went to school to study biology and art, as he was thinking about illustrating medical books. This is called anatomic illustrations. But a tour of a museum changed everything. I never recovered from that visit, because in paleontology I saw an irresistible combination of travel, adventure, art, biology, and geology. Sereno switched directions and graduated with a master's degree in paleontology at Columbia University in New York City. Once he graduated, he continued his education by plugging away at a doctorate while he was working as an assistant professor at the University of Chicago. When he was not working, Sereno was out hunting for fossils. Known to look in places that were not as popular, he took teams to the formation in Argentina a few times around 1990, where he found one of the most well-preserved fossils of the Herosaurus, as well as new species he named Echoraptor. A short time later, he went to the Republic of Nigeria in the midst of political turmoil and blasting temperatures which reached up to 125 degrees. With very little funds and danger abounding, it was not a popular expedition. Toward the end of his trip, Sereno met with Tuareg nomad who took him to a remote dinosaur graveyard. He only had enough time to excavate one bone, but it was the beginning of the Nigeria expeditions that marked Sereno's career. Did you know having the title of doctors doesn't automatically mean that person is a medical doctor? There are other types of doctorates, like the PhD that Dr. Paul Sorrento holds. A PhD is a doctor of philosophy degree, and someone with a PhD is recognized as having a high degree of expertise in a certain field. To get a doctorate, you usually need to have a master's degree, take additional courses, and complete extensive research to write a dissertation or doctorate thesis. This is a giant paper, more like a book, often reaching 200 plus pages, about a topic in a specific field that is published. Then you'll defend your thesis or dissertation to a committee of professors. It took Sereno about 6 years to get his PhD in geology sciences. African expeditions. Eager to go back and explore the bone bed he found at the end of his last trip, Sereno went back to Nigeria 3 years later. It took time to raise the money and find a team willing to brave the conditions. An expedition of this size was complicated. The team sent their gear and other vehicles ahead in a huge shipping container while they flew across the ocean to meet their things in London. From there, they ferried across the English Channel, drove across France, hopped on a ship to Algeria, and then drove across the Sahara Desert to finally arrive in Nigeria. The team found many dinosaur bones from sauropods and a new species they named Alpharovenator albascus. That's weird. Nigeria really captured the interest of Serino, who went back 4 years later and discovered two new species of dinosaur. The Jobaria, the Jobaria type of sauropod or long neck, and another type of Spinosaurus. These expeditions were incredibly successful. They found many sauropod bones, a new species of theropod, Petrosaurus, the largest known crocodilian, and even human remains locked in an embrace which was nicknamed the Stone Age Embrace. Up until now, Serino's team has excavated over 100 tons of dinosaur fossils from Africa. There's a lot of bones, with unexpected finds in unexpected places. Serino sought out new or lesser-known regions, and his unconventional methods have paid off. While his locations may seem random, he has used historical myths and stories, local expertise, and geographical clues on various maps to help him chart his course. Asian expeditions. Serino, having explored every continent but Antarctica and Europe, has also found bones in both India and Mongolia. Known as modern-day Indiana Jones, it is iconic that he is the first American scientist since Roy Chapman Andrews, remember him, to dig in Mongolia in the Gobi Desert. In fact, he was awarded the Roy Chapman Andrews Society Distinguished Explorer in 2009. It was in the Gobi Desert in 2001 that Serino found a herd of 25 young dinosaurs that appeared to have been stuck in the mud where they perished. Some scientists believe this location was at the edge of a lake that covered them in water, which preserved their fossils. Creationists might argue that the flood could account for these circumstances. Serino's team had also found a new, unformed dinosaur in Tibet. A type of Spinosaur, the Suchomimus, had a long crocodile-like mouth with sharp teeth. It was from the theropod family, the same group as the T-Rex, and was a bit smaller than the Tyrannosaurus rex, both in length and height. Scientists believe that it ate mostly fish, but could have scavenged for any type of meat. Some pictures depict it with spines along its back. Scientists have wondered if Spinosaurus with sails are mature versions of those without, but that is yet to be proven. A biped that walked on two legs, it had two arms with long claws that were thought to help hold or capture slippery fish in rivers and streams. The quick facts is that the name, meaning crocodile mimic, he was found in the Republic of Nigeria. His diet was piscivorous. He was 12 feet tall, 36 feet long, and 5 tons. The Jobaria, name meaning mythical creature, he was also found in the Republic of Nigeria. He was a herbivore, 70 feet long. The Jobaria is a sauropod that has a family all its own that was thought to have been endemic to Africa. The fossil that was found and reconstructed is the most complete long neck that has ever been found. It was named after Jobar, a legendary creature of the Tugari people, the very people who had helped guide Serino to the bone beds where they were found. The dinosaur was massive. Extensive studies have been done to find out if they were able to use their powerful muscles to rear up on their hind legs. Serino actually compared a large elephant named Angus from Toronto, Canada, to see how the weight distribution compared to the Jobaria. Like comparative anatomy, he used the structure of an animal he could study today to help him learn about the animals of the past. With a long, strong neck and powerful tail, scientists believe it could actually run quite fast, which help avoid predators. So far, there has been 2 of these incredible dinosaurs found, one older and one where fossils was frozen in mid-stride, a bit younger. Scientists look forward to learning more about these herbivores of the past. Who knows? Maybe they will find one another in the continent someday. Sereno could have played the role of an animatical illustrator and created art for school textbooks. Instead, he stumbled upon, by a chance encounter, a path that seemed to be custom fit for him. God created you a specific set of skills and strengths that can benefit those around you. Sometimes it can feel like we fumble around in the dark, searching for our place in the world, while others seem to stumble into it almost by accident. But we can seek God for direction, kind of like the Israelites followed the ark, and be intentional about the path we follow, instead of incredulously hoping that everything will play out by happenstance. We, like Sorrento, can stop following what everyone else is doing and step into something entirely new, expecting the unexpected, but we never have to do this alone. And that concludes. I do want you to talk about with your lead teacher about, do you believe that God can use you? And what gifts or strength do you think you have? Be thinking of this. And how can you grow through those strengths? And how can you learn to hear God's voice so that you can follow his calling on your life? So those are real important questions. Go over those with your teacher. And this concludes lesson 15 for today.